Roar! Hello, people! People of the world. We're going to check a thing. Oh, hey, look at that. That's kind of cool. Okay. I need the D tracker. Boop, boop. We are going to do a little bit of setup before we do a little bit of catch up. Catch up. We are going to see about Deeds of the Shire. Hooray! I just want to see how this works. This is a plugin called the D Tracker or D Tracker. Carrie, hello. It was written by B414 Big Long String of Numbers, aka Cube, aka Dude What wrote this plugin. Now this plugin is in beta, so your mileage may vary, things may break, and of course he has to always update it for every new quest pack and stuff that comes out. However, what this detractor does not do is automatically flag deeds. Like, I can't have it query my completed deeds and say, oh hey, you've done XYZ deeds. What we can do is we could go to the Shire and double check to make sure that we have done the Deeds of the Shire. And I'm going to click this, check this, whoosh, and all the deeds below that automatically fill, because apparently I've done all of the Deeds of the Shire, which is pretty cool. We're going to go check Breeland while we're at it. I'm going to see how this works. And I have not completed all of the Deeds of the Shire anymore because I have not been to all of the sites of the Wildwood. Ooh, new content. However, beyond that, I've done everything else. See, look at all these pretty things. So I'm going to mark this as completed. Now, I also need to double check these. Brood Hunter Advanced is completed. Gravedigger Advanced is completed. Nemesis of the Fallen is completed. Executioner of the Wicked, hell yeah. One Thing Drives Out Another is not completed, and I think that is a deed relating to I want to say the In the Absence series, and I know I haven't done that on this character. We will get to that when it is time. Nope, I lied. One Thing Drives Out Another. Reach level 65. And that was actually, it came from, I think that actually came from, I want to say the legendaries, but I could be wrong. Because I seem to recall having that title before the legendaries made it to level 65. So we've completed all the Deeds of Breeland, all the Deeds of the Shire. I believe I've completed all the Deeds of Arid Luin. Everything says completed. So we'll mark that completed. Well, I don't see a thing that says Deeds of the Shire of Arid Luin, though. So we're going to mark this off. We've done the Elf Ruins. So you've done the Explorer of Arid Luin. Yeah, we've done the Explorer of Arid Luin. So we've done all of these. We've done the Hero of Arid Luin, haven't we? Yep. Slayer of Arid Luin. I have not completed all the Slayer. No, I have 5 of 5. Okay, so we've done Adventure of Sarnur, because that one was recently. We've done Troll Kicking. Master of Beasts Advanced. And Betrayer's Bane. We've done that one. So, there's But I don't see a meta deed that says Deeds of Arid Lewin. And what am I missing here? Because I've done everything else in the list. Duh, it's right here, people. Jesus. Okay. So those 3 are complete. And we're going to leave this alone for right now because we're not moving on to the Lone Lands for a while. We're still going to finish quests here in the Shire. Going to go see if I could find any quests to do. We are not completed with all of the quests here in the Shire, I am sure. Because Gammer Tunnelly has a blue quest ring over her head. So clearly there's something going on there. Belko, we did his quests. We saved Old Sally last week. So we're going to move on down to Hobbiton to see if there's any quests down here. Now again, for this completionist route, we are not doing any quest related to festivals. And if there's a daily, we'll do it once. Alright, normally, let's double check one thing. I want to make sure that my trivial quest thing is still on. That's not how you spell triv. Oh, it's not on. Shame on Druid. Okay. So now we've got our quest thing on, so there's none immediately around here. I would have expected a couple in the bird and the ivy bush, but not seeing it. So let's go back up to Tuckborough real quick just to double check to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because we discovered the ghost of the old Took. Or what the ghost, yeah, this is why I checked. The thing is, I don't remember turning that feature off. Well, actually I lied. I think I know why it got turned off. Because I recently changed my UI around for concerts, and then I went back, and remember we're in the Great Smeals, and we didn't see anything there. Okay. And I think what's-her-face over here normally has a quest. She does not. Okay, good, good. And we did Belko's quest. We passed by him and he didn't have a quest ring over his head. And we do have the one from Gammer Took. We have already completed Azilia's because when I talked to her, she was talking about how Garibert was in her house. Ooh. So, Hobbiton looks like it's clear. We're basically going to go whoop, 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 whoop. Through the Shire here. Actually, if we had already passed through Hobbiton, let's go to Bywater and then we'll cut back and go up over hill. I don't know why. Anytime I see somebody with a name inspired by the Dovahkiin from Elder Scrolls Skyrim, I always get a little bit twitchy. Kind of like I get twitchy when somebody is cosplaying the Joker or making Joker references or otherwise acting like the Joker, because most of the time I run across somebody who's doing any of those, using any of those names or references, is generally being a bit of a dick. It's just a bad habit, so it's just ingrained in me that anybody who's trying to pretend to be the Joker or who is using some name relating to the Dovahkiin from Skyrim, I get twitchy because bad people did bad things using those names, and they kind of mess with them. Okay, so nothing up here because we set the fireworks off here at the Methyl stage. I don't believe the Cottons have any quests for us. There will be an anniversary quest involving Rosie. Nibs and Jolly and Nick. Rosie and Tom Cotton, of course. Okay, so this part of the Shire is complete. We're going to go up over hill and see if there's any quests up there. Anniversary's coming up late, actually in a month's time, almost literally. It generally starts on the 21st, which the 21st of April is a Wednesday, so that's a fair game day for that to start. And I think that's what it is on the events calendar, but I'm too lazy to look. And of course, the 21st of April is I think it's actually the 24th of April. That's the official anniversary of Lotro. I do happen to know my account is over 14 years old because my account dates from March 2007. Okay, we have quest rings. Let's go talk to the gaffer. Yeah, I'm a lifer. Okay, fallen apples.
I want a word with you.
I will gather your fallen apples, honored Gamgee. Honored gaffer. Now, of course, there are festival quests up because it is the spring festival. We are not doing those. Oh, look, I see friends from the Lonely Mountain Band. Yay! However, if you have tokens and you want to exchange them for other tokens, you come here and talk to Becca Burdock.
Hello there.
And she will exchange your tokens for you. And she can also help you with Essence Reclamation Scrolls. Glenn, Mithin, how you doing? Is that you, Carrie and Alt? Probably. Aiden's come online! Aiden's a goober fish. But he's okay. Alright. And of course you got your Spring Festival Provisioner over here.
A lovely day, isn't it?
And she'll sell you drinks and foods and whatnot. And Sarah Beth Gardner, I love the name Sarah Beth. It is actually the name of one of the folks at Standing Stone Games. Aha, Stream Bomb, and I see. So I'm actually debating if I want to get the Jacket of a Merry Fellow. I mean, I like the jacket. It's a very nice style. And it dyes really well. At least according to this. See, it looks really good in burgundy, especially. Look at that. That's really good. Let's see what it looks like in green. Or gray. Gray is good. Where's my favorite? Forest green. Nice deep green. You know, it clips very badly with my boots and my gloves, but you know, on my shoulders. Alright. Even dim blue. A nice fine color. Actually, it goes pretty well with the two-tier colors of the shoulders. And of course, my favorite Heirloom blue. A little bit deeper than I prefer necessarily. And of course, there's purple. Purple, if you want to cosplay for the Mardi Gras Party Band. Crimson. Crimson's a good color for this. It also matches the waistcoat. I'm not sure, is that actually a waistcoat if it goes down beyond your waist? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's what we're eyeballing. I'm not hugely keen on the mount necessarily. I mean, it looks interesting, but basically the two festivals I'm always keenest about getting the cosmetics for is Yule is number 1 and Harvest Math is number 2 because, you know, Halloween and Christmas. Goofy old lady, hello, how are you? You made this all during Winterfest was to be get them the dances. Well, get them the dances. I actually don't have. I'm lazy and I just buy the dances from the Lotro store, except the ones you can't get from the Lotro store, such as the Hobbit dance, and the dance that you have to be friends or acquaintance or whatever with the Algreg. I've been okay, hanging in there as best I can, and you know, same shit, different day. You want the horse for your captain? It matches your outfit? Fair. And look, there's another friend from the Lonely Mountain Band. What I like to do is tickle somebody and then run away. Okay, so we gotta go back and talk to the gaffer. I know that one's not you. I know Linthiel's somebody else. I know we have like a lot of alts in the LMB, to be fair. I have 2 alts
Just
in the
a moment.
LMB. I have, of course, Phoenixa, and then I have Saffronetta, aka Safi. Aka a name that's a total rip-off of a character in World of Warcraft. And it wouldn't be the first character I have in Lotro whose name is taken from World of Warcraft. Okay, so we didn't have any other quests from the Gaffer. Let's go talk to Opal if she's up. Well, she will be up, but will she have a quest for me is a big question. It does not appear to be so. So let's go talk to Lobelia. I don't recall off the top of my head. Wisconsin girl. Home of the massively awesome cheese curds. We were just talking about cheese curds in the official channel yesterday. Okay, we do have a quest.
Hi there. Give me
Lobelia's fireworks! Oh yeah! Let's go deal with Lobelia and her fireworks problem. You made several when you return. I have a lot of alts. I have 26 character slots, and here on Landraval, they are all occupied. Occupado. Last time you had cheese curds, it was at a Culver's. Ooh. Last time I had cheese curds, it was at a Nick Mason concert. Nick Mason being the drummer of Pink Floyd. When he did his Saucer Full of Secrets tour a couple years ago, pre-COVID. And by the way, it was amazing. Because he did like the old stuff that nobody except maybe Gilmore was interested in playing again. Like, Lucifer Sam and like all the really old good tracks, good cuts. Okay. Hyacinth, I believe, was over this way. Yep.
Hello.
Okay, talk to Lobelia again. Why are we even following the road? We're on a war steed. Oh, man. And by the way, if you watched me on the official yesterday, look, I cleaned my bags out before I actually cleaned the bags right after the show yesterday. And we had a lot of fun. We completed the epic quest line in the War of Three Peaks. Durin did not get to enact his vengeance upon Gorgar. However, he would have done, except Reemhill, Frost What's-Her-Face, showed up and kind of ruined it all. And we're going, we don't need roads. No, we do not. It also helps to know where the landscape will let you run up a hill without sliding down. And also, judicious use of the S key, which makes your war steed do that. Okay, Lobelia, hi.
Well, the call of some folk.
Pay for ingredients! I know, you cheapskate! Again, we don't need roads. How did I not break my leg doing that? I have no idea. Where's my cat? Anybody know where Thief Kitty is? Though, to be fair, Thief Kitty has been doing a lot less stream bombing of late. He really likes to sleep in the upstairs bathroom because that's the last room in the house that the sun shines in before it sets in the... Because that's on the west side of the house. So he loves curling up on the rug in the bathroom. In a sunbeam. Hi, Elf Grace. I guess. But to be fair, she used to have Elven Grace. Now she's got High Elven Grace. Cutting the corner a little bit here. And I'm not too particularly interested in reading the quest text.
What do you need? a moment.
Gotta go to Butchford. Of course, it being daytime, we won't get to see the Black Rider. What time of day is it? It is afternoon, so depending on some of the other quests we do, we might get to see the Black Rider. Because we do need to do that quest, so at some point we'll need to be in Butchford at night, if I haven't done it on this character already. Am I gonna go look? No. Because I'm lazy. Why are we taking the roads again? What Black Rider? Oh, Belleville. Hi. There's a quest in the Shire where you are set to discover what's up with a Black Rider. But the Black Rider only appears at nighttime. Now, you can do the quests up to the point where you need to find the Black Rider without actually being at night, and it's a good, fun little quest. Okay, while we're passing by Frogmorton, let's go see if there's any quests to pick up here. And we'll ride into the frog pond. Oh, somebody's got a quest for me. Milo Hornblower.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Defeat hill toads? Yeah, we can do that since we're passing through. Well, it's afternoon now, so we should actually be getting the rainbow here in the Shire in a minute. Since we're doing a quest involving Lobelia, we might as well do a quest involving Lobelia the hill toad. Oh, Old Croaker was a rare. Oh man, I forgot there was a rare there. And yes, I will hit the backpacks because they're here. And I can still sell them for stuff. 6 of 8. Here, Toad. Here, Toad. Did you know there is there's a rare in the Rushik Bog? It's a troll that appears at night. Sometimes. I've only seen it like maybe 3 or 4 times in all my years playing Lojo being up there. Okay. Fight Lobelia the Toad. Oh, Lobelia, where are you? And of course, part of the issue with dealing with these quests is all the mob colors are gray, so sometimes they're hard to see. Unless you are a hunter with tracking abilities and or you had a tome of tracking. Ba ba da ba ba bum. And of course, there is a gentleman over here that we'll talk to, Callum. If I haven't already completed that quest line. Where is Lobelia the freaking Toad? She's, of course, around here somewhere. It keeps saying she's over here. Maybe she shares a spot. Oh, Lobelia the Toad, right there. And very, very scared. Go back to your cage, Lobelia. And you don't actually have to follow her back. You remember the one from Arched Forest? Yeah. Milo saved your toad.
Hello?
Okay, no quest ring in there, so I'm not going to worry about that. So back on to Camp Putafoot. And it's getting toward dusk. Nope, still afternoon. At some point I will do the festivity. I need to find the festivity vendor, because I want to see if there's any new goodies on the festivity vendor, and I don't recall. And I'm too lazy to look it up on FJ's guide. The new cosmetic is really nice. We'll have to go take a look. Because we looked at these Spring Festival cosmetics and stuff. Okay, home of the Bulgers. All the Bulgers. Okay. We're actually going to save these quests because I'm close to my limit of quests in my quest log. So we're just going to do the ones that we need to complete, and we'll come back once I've cleared some stuff out of my quest log. Cam Puttyfoot, where are you? I forget where Cam is. Don't tell him. Thought he was up here on the second row. There's the postman. Oh, there's Cam. Alright.
Hello there. Good day. Might I have a
Defeat
word with you?
wolves on the farm. Sure, can do. Here wolf, there castle. I actually don't recall if the Black Rider quest was part of the epic or not. Okay, go back to talk to Cam. I know a lot of folks have made comment on the new skill bar animations. I am in the camp of people whom it doesn't bother. Now, I'm not saying that folks are not having issues. I can only speak to my personal experience. And my personal experience is that I'm used to far worse things than WoW, so this does not bother me.
Good day.
It's a side quest. Alright. Alright. Going for a long ass ride back across the Shire. Let's cross the river and then, yeah, we're gonna follow the horse. Nope. Alright. Sweet. Of course, the sunflowers factor into the Spring Festival. That was a really nice story. The sunflower quest. And it's always worthwhile doing every year, even though it does take a while, is because it gets you a, 18 spring leaves. I always find it really hard to get spring leaves more than just about any other festival currency. I don't know why. Or maybe it's that things cost so much. Whoa, sliding down. Ow. Yep, there was no saving that one. But it's a nice little story. So Maid of Lions did a winner there, as he always does. I don't honestly know of a story that he's done in the game that's been a stinker. Unless one's, involving actual poop, but But that's more of a WoW thing, poop quests.
What do you need? Could I take a moment of your time?
Okay, talk to Hart Holman in Overhill. Okay. Well, we were gonna head to Overhill anyway, so this works out pretty well. And I figured I was going to go from Overhill to Brockenborings and then curl around to Butchford, but if it gets dark, well, we might go to Butchford first. Because I want to show Belleville the Black Rider. And of course, keeping an eye out for any other quest rings. Which there shouldn't be any except the festival ones up here. Now that we've got Lobilia's quest underway. We will save the walking tree. For those who are unaware, Professor Corey failed ignominiously when Grifflet came through the Shire and tried to save the walking tree, and so we tease him mercilessly about it ever since. Because we are his friends. Okay. Not a huge... No quests rings. So I must have done the quests here at some point.
How do you do? Hello there.
Defeat the big black bear? I will do this. And of course, this is where... in the Harvest Math Festival, if you're doing the first set of bingo stories, again, another magnificent set pieces created by Master Maid of Lions. You'll wind up going up this way. Like, this land is different. Wait a minute, fam. Wait a minute. Am I mistaken? Oh, we'd run up from behind this rock. Okay. Now I'm remembering. Never mind. I thought maybe Scenario had done something up here, but no, he has not. Okay, the big black bear should be right there. And alas, you can't just race up and hit him on a war steed. Alright, let's go back to Hart Holman. Keep an eye on our time. It's still afternoon. And yeah, I do know that there is a thing for Titan Bar that'll keep an eye on what time of day it is. I use Titan Bar in WoW. I kind of don't want to use it in Lotro because the person who made it is somebody I disagree with, and I don't like supporting people I disagree with. As in, I once banned them from the official Lotro channel. After Jerry fired them from the stream team. On an anniversary, no less. It was good times. Alright, back to Tuckborough. And yesterday was the 2-year anniversary that I drove to Jerry's house, met his kiddo and met his cat. The cat that he had back then, because he's got 2 now. Actually, his girlfriend's got the other one. And put a kilt on him, which is actually one of the reasons why his girlfriend doesn't like me. But it was for charity and it worked out. It was fine. He looked amazing. But then most guys do look great in kilts. All right. It was good times, good fun. And it was the last time that we ever got away with having Core to do stunts for Extra Life. He put his foot down, and, you know, you just gotta kind of respect that. Putting a kilt on his cat. I have put a kilt on a My Little Pony once. That was an interesting thing to do. I decorated a set of My Little Ponies to match members of a band I was a fan of, and one of the guys then in the band
Is there something I can do for you?
was
Might I have a
talk to
word with you?
Onar. He is in Needlehole. We're going to Needlehole, fam. After we break our leg. And one of the members of the band wore kilts on stage. One of the former members of the band. Because the band's still there. He went and got married and left the band. And he didn't get married. He didn't leave the band because he got married. He was already married and then left the band because, again, drama and disagreements. And I am friends with both groups. And I'm like... It's one of those times you are diplomatic with your friends. We've killed many wolves in our day, apparently, and we've already completed the Slayer Deeds of the Shire. I also have put kilts on myself for many years. I have several. In fact, the kilt I made for Cord is the only one that I've made that isn't mine. Oh, why am I doing this? I can just ride across the bog. You want a kilt? Kilts are amazing. And honestly, the ones that I make are not that hard to make. They just take a lot of time, a heavy-duty sewing machine, and I could probably write a tutorial. I actually did for the longest time have though the kilt making videos up on my YouTube channel, but once I found out Cord was rather embarrassed about it all, I took them down out of respect. But they still exist.
What do you need?
I still have a hard drive with them on it. And actually, we shot one of the videos outside of Standing Stone. We're out hanging out in the cafe outside the studio. Just finishing up some fiddly bits. And it was pretty cool. Okay, bring the stuff to Hyacinth. No other quests here? Nope, let's go! Get off of the chimney. We're going to try to run this as close to As the Crow Flies as possible. Let's see how many times I fall off my horse or have to divert. We are going to fall off the horse when we cross the river, I think. Of course, we are running into trees a little bit, see? Ribbit, ribbit. Gonna run right into that tree. I don't think we can get up the... I'm literally not steering my character. I just have my finger on the W key. Yeah, this one's... We're gonna have to go around. Alright. Diverting long enough to get up the hill, which is probably going to be right there. Sometimes it's fun to try that just to see how far you can get without having to divert your course. Jumping is allowed. Except we do have to divert because I was off course. It's fine. So the kilts I make are different than traditional Scottish kilts. I have no idea how to make a traditional Scottish kilt. In that, two things. One is I generally put a cool design on it. And two, is I put pockets on them. Talk to Lobelia. All right, here we go. Talk to the grouchy lady herself. So my first kilt was actually steampunk inspired. And that kilt was the one that taught me belt loops are a beautiful thing. That kilt didn't have any. I was originally going to use like snaps to hold my kilts together and realized, no. Belts. Yeah. Proper, useful pockets. So the ones that I make for myself, because I'm such a large person, see, I'm not skinny, is the downside is it uses so much damn fabric. The upside is that I could put 2 pockets, one on either side, like proper pockets that you can hold your hand in like this. You can spread your hand open like this. And then I put a second pocket on the front left in front of the first pocket. Like the tops are aligned. And then there's like a shorter pocket. And then there's the big main pocket right on the hip. And what that shorter pocket is for, perfect place to put your cell phone. And then in the other pockets, you can have like your wallet in one. You can have money. But I always made them big enough that I could store like charger cords, batteries, a small camera. What else would I stick in my pockets? I generally, when I'm out at a convention, for example, wearing a kilt, I'll have like a small jar of like Advil or whatever, like a little, maybe like a Tic Tac container full of, you know. Talk to Robin Smallborough. Okay, he's in the ivy bush. We know he's drinking. And the pockets would have a latch, like it would have a flap over top of them and with a little clasp that would hold them shut. So generally, you don't lose stuff out of those pockets. And of course, they would have belts or belt loops that you'd wear like a belt with the kilt to hold it up. And because those pockets are on the side, I would actually sew the pockets into the kilt. Like if you go look at Utilikilt's website, well, I'm going way too far and talk because I'm talking. Utilikilt sells kilts with pockets that are flappy. Like they attach at the top to the kilt, right? But they still pretty much wave in the breeze below it. I mean, they use a stiff fabric for it, so it doesn't wave too much. But they're not attached to the actual... The way I make my pockets is I make like a T-shaped, like the big rectangle of the pocket, then the sides, and then the bottom. And I'd sew them together so the pocket was like 3 sides, and then sew the pocket to the kilt. So what that means is where those pockets are, you can't have pleats. So basically, the pleats there wouldn't be as many pleats on my kilts as you would find on a traditional Scottish kilt, and it's fine. Okay, Robin Smallborough. Talk to the Thane, Paladin Took the second. And I don't know about you, but my fellow ladies, we don't, most of us ladies like our damn pockets because most of our clothes don't have pockets. Pockets, the lack of pockets in women's clothing was directly proportional to the need for purses. So I personally think that clothes designers who chose not to include women's pockets were in league with purse makers because if you don't have pockets, you need a purse. And I personally, I dislike purses. I've never liked purses. I like a satchel. I will be fine with a good satchel. You sling it over your shoulder, have it down on your side, put books and crap in it, like a good old messenger bag kind of thing. But an actual purse, like a fashionable purse, fuck that noise. I'm so unladylike.
What do you need?
I don't do makeup because it makes my face break out. Yeah, these little pockets, they're like, or the worst ones that look like there should be a pocket there, but there's actual no pocket, like the fake pockets. It's like, oh, we put a seam here to make it look like there's a pocket, and there actually isn't a pocket. I'm like, you fuckers. Me, I like cargo pants, right? I love wearing cargo pants. And it's damn hard to find cargo pants in my size that don't look like you're wearing something that MC Hammer would love.
Please, stay a moment.
Destroy the stolen fireworks. Okay. Destroy some stolen fireworks. Ah, get off of the thing here. This is very homey. So if you're a person like me who likes to wear cargo pants, like you always have to wear dude's pants. Because even the women's cut pants that have cargo pockets on them, they're dainty or practically fake, and they're like, why? Why even bother teasing us with this? Of course, the Green Hill Country. Green Hill Badger. You know, I don't think I've actually seen the Green Hill Badger before. Is it just running around? I don't think there's a quest for him. It's kind of neat, though. And, of course, we can't get there from here. We're going to have to go down and around. What time of day? It is dusk, which means it's almost time for my favorite time of day, or at least in terms of names, gloaming. I love gloaming. And of course, we'll be doing quests here in the Shire at nighttime, which means we'll get to hear one of my favorite pieces of Lotro music ASMR. And of course, this would be a tougher quest to do on level. Well, once you get here, not so much. Well, that was almost like they were simulating the LMB jumping into a pond after an Old Vineyards concert. Yeah. Didn't quite mean to fall into the river. And it's a quick way around the corner, though. So, FYI, tomorrow night I will be streaming The Dark Side of the TDs on behalf of TD, and that will be streamed from my laptop. Why, you might ask, that I'm not streaming it from my actual gaming computer? Because TD has graciously asked for me and Fuzzy Waters to play half of the songs, much like when she did Dark Side of the Moon a couple weeks ago. Or I'm sorry, she did The Wall a couple weeks ago. She had Gypsy Soul, I'm sorry, River Daughter, and Fuzzy Waters playing that half of the music. So Dark Side of the Moon, Sunday night, tomorrow night, at 10:30 Eastern / server time. And that will be right here on twitch.tv / druidsfire. Yeah, Indigo Plant will be one half of the side band. It'll be cool. And the best part is I only made one request out of TD's. Like, can my band, depending on how you arrange the music, can I play Great Gig in the Sky? Because that's like my favorite track off of that album. And TD said, sure. And so I get to play half the music, and it's going to be amazing. And of course, if you unfortunately miss it for whatever legitimate reason you miss it, there will be a permanent VOD made available both here on Twitch and on YouTube.
Hello.
Hello. I'm just actually looking, like, Lobby gear in this game is trifling. It's always going to be the hammer.
I'd like to have a word with you.
Talk to Hyacinth outside? Sure, Hyacinth is pleasant. And because I'm doing that special stream tomorrow, I am actually not going to stream as usual on Monday. And the other reason I'm not streaming on Monday is StrimTom, who is an amazing DDO and Lotro streamer, who is gunning for partner without bribing anybody, surprisingly enough. He's doing a special stream of theory crafting with Linabelle, one of the Standing Stone developers, as his special guest. Now, Linabelle is amazing. I wish, honestly, that we had somebody on the Lotro team with Linabelle's... I mean, everybody on the Lotro team has the skills to do the job. But what Linabelle has is... Well, we might as well go to Budgeford and start doing the quest there, because it's about to turn to nighttime. Linabelle has the ability to communicate this to players in a very awesome way, and they're very enthusiastic about their job and what they're doing and the whole 9 yards. So basically an amazing personality to have, willing to be, to talk to the community. So I really want to hang out in that stream and see what I can learn. Also, next week on the 31st, not only will that be the day that I will pick the winner of the March Art Raffle, which, by the way, I intend to finish Elda's picture tonight during BBB. Exclamation point bunnies in chat if you haven't put your name in. Hey, look, there's one of our bears. Hey, your friend TD Growl has come online. So there should be waffles in chat here pretty soon, because that's a TD thing. Alright, let's go over here and start picking up some quests. How many quests do we have? 10 quests that I can pick up. Alright, so let's go over here. Talk to Bingo Bolger. Give me your quest.
Might I have a word with you?
Defeat flies, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Willamar Bolger.
Can I take a moment of your time?
Okay, here we go. This leads into the quest. It's a strange arrow, certainly of Hobbit make, though very, very old arrow shaft through, though bears a resemblance to those made by big folk. What could it mean? Go find what's lurking north of his home. Let's go find what's going on out here. The Veiled Menace. Should be something around here. What's behind me? It's not the copper deposit. I think it should be like right here. Aha, torn journal. Spotted journal on the ground. Let's collect the journal. Yep, Moobot will whisper you if you've successfully entered the thing. As long as Moobot's paying attention. Okay, so we found a journal.
A lovely day, isn't it? Hello there.
No, it's missing some stuff. Let's go find the leaves. The leaves, of course, are with the wolves, and the wolves will lead us to where we're going. But we're going to pick up these other quests while we're at it.
Please, stay a moment.
I have a real problem. The hands say they've seen one of the black cloaked big folk that have been riding to and fro, lurking around my pigsties at night. Thinking about selling this farm to Lotho Sackville Baggins. Oh no. This Black Rider business is going to sell it all the more. I'm just happy Lotho still wants it to buy, considering all the queer outsiders coming through the Shire. So I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe the hands are just scared of shadows. I want you to find out for me. Please go to the sties south of here by the stream at night. And see what there's to see, if anything. Ooh. Spectre of the Black Rider. Mwahaha. Alright, and I think Linda Bolger down here had a quest for us as well. You want your art, but you don't want to cheat? Well, you can cheat.
Please don't leave yet.
Oh no, wolves! Talk to Milo at the farm. Sure, we were heading that way anyway. Feels like that golden hour, right when you're about to hear something start howling in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and then all of a sudden the... Okay, that was a harvest fly. Got a journal leaf. Okay, one quick and easy way to clean out the Harvest Fly quest is to go up to the Yell Height up there and just... And that's also a good place to do the Slayer deed for him. Okay, let's go talk to Milo and he'll send us to kill wolves. Even more wolves. No, it won't give you multiple entries, Carrie. Don't worry about it. Moobot only logs the first one.
Mercy me!
Remember how many times people got killed by the warg down here? Logfoot? Or how many times they confused Logfoot with Balrog, which is the one in the Chetwood? I'm just gonna leave Logfoot alone because I'm gonna have to come back and kill him anyway. Alright, let's go back and talk to Milo. Come on, Darkness! I want to have the thing before Balviel has to go.
Oh, gracious me! Goodness, could you help me with something?
Sure, I will talk to your wifey.
Oh, dear me, please don't leave yet.
Well, I'm leaving! On a jet plane, don't know where I'll be back again. Do 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 do. By the way, if anybody's interested in joining Radio Free Gallifrey here on Lenderball, that is my kin name. Folks are welcome from chat to join us if you would like to throw an alt my way. And if we get enough cool people hanging out on the regular, we might start doing some group content on the stream. That would be fun. I think this Eleanorina is a new player or somebody doing a new alt. Search the Yale height. Well, hey, that's a good place to kill harvest flies anyway. One cool thing I like about DDO that I wish Lotro had, by the way, Skybox amazing, is the ability to swim and to have swimming, like breathing air mechanics, like being a thing you have to worry about. Ba-ba-dum! Okay, it's officially nighttime, so we'll see the Black Rider here when we get back to Budgeford. But this is like the best place to farm for your Shire Slayer deeds for harvest flies. Assuming nobody else is doing it at the same time. Even if they are, you just, you know, they respawn fast enough that it doesn't take too long to sort it out. There we go, done. A rune inscribed collar. I wonder what that's from. Oh, it picked it up. I should have looked at it first. Oh well, let's get our pony going. And now we get to listen to my favorite piece of music in the game. And Cord advised me when I asked him that this was composed by Stephen D. Gregario, who is one of the other composers of the game that most people don't actually remember he did work for the game. Because everybody knows, of course, of Chance Thomas and of Bill Champagne, who is amazing, by the way. But folks don't know. They might have heard of Matt Harwood. But they don't really know too much about him. And Stephen DiGregorio did a lot of the other, like these ambient tracks that Chance didn't actually do. Okay, we're in Budgeford. It is nighttime. Oh no! I found the Black Rider! Oh no, it's the Black Rider. What are we gonna do? I'm afraid. Got a nifty cloak.
Well, the gall of some folk.
He can run pretty quick when he wants to. Let's follow him as far as we can go, because I don't remember where he despawned. Okay, so we have seen the Black Rider. Ooh.
Dear me, what do you want? Mercy me, will you hear me out?
We'll go talk to the elves near Woodhall in a moment. Let's turn in these other quests here. And of course, the Black Rider respawns and starts saying things like,
How do you do?
I bring terror to the skies of the Budgeford. First Budgeford, then the whole East Farthing. Tomorrow the Shire. Oops, pick something. Alright, and I keep getting gift mathoms that I can't do anything about because I am max faction already with the Matham House.
Hello there.
Turner was a man named Callum. It would seem a distant ancestor of mine slew one of his in a great battle. Oh dear.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Okay, so that's Callum, the dude from the Frogmores. We'll go up there real quick, and then we will. Actually, we'll talk to Odovacar real quick about his Black Rider.
Just a moment.
A hobbit in a black cloak. My fool work hands can't tell a man from a hobbit. Something queer is going on. I want to know what.
Might I have a word with you?
Cam told me that one of his hands spotted that so-called Black Rider heading off to the east on foot, mind you. No horse in sight, not even a pony. Seen running through some fields of his, being chased by some wolves. Bad enough we have to deal with unwanted nuisances. But now we have to worry about the wolves, too. If this fellow gets himself eaten by wolves, I'll never know what's going on here, but he best do something about it. Head off Cam's fields east of Butchford and look for any signs of that Black Rider. Okay, we'll do that first, and then we'll come back for Callum. Alright, so look for signs of this Black Rider. And the cool thing is you can now pick blueberries without dismounting. If you didn't know that. Okay, we're looking for signs of a Black Rider. It's a black cloak. Because hobbits didn't really wear cloaks a lot, did they? Alright, let's take the black cloak back. They're mentioned for traveling and whatnot, you know, like Bilbo wore a cloak. He had to borrow a cloak from the dwarves because he didn't have one. But really, on the day-to-day, they didn't really wear cloaks a lot. They were not a cloak-wearing people. I could see somebody wearing a cloak for, well, hello. If they were out and about, like if they were a bounder.
Is there something I can do for you?
Beating the bounds. Okay.
Might I have a word with you?
Follow Veronica to the Black Rider. Okay. Ruff. This is definitely a follow-on foot quest. Oh, Greta Fellowhide!
Mercy me!
Of all the absurd... Oh, this black cloak. Yes, I've seen it before. I sewed it. I sewed that cloak for my good-for-nothing nephew, Fogo. Little thanks I got from him, too. If you want to speak to him, he's likely at the Golden Perch in stock, cadging drinks. What this cloak was for. I was wondering all about it. Okay, so now we know. Let's go to the Golden Perch. Actually, let's go talk to Callum real quick. I don't want to keep Balviel too late, but hey, if you're hanging out, gonna hang out for a while, you now know the mystery of the Black Rider, and it's definitely one easily followed up on. I'm gonna get the Callum thing out of the way because I'm trying not to miss any Any quests here? Will I fall in? Possibly. There are a few deep spots here in the Frogmoors. See? And interestingly enough, Callum is not dressed like a Breelander. He's dressed like an Easterling or a Dunlander. You take a look at his... That's not the... Yeah, he's definitely not dressed like a Breelander. So, now it makes me wonder what battle a hobbit killed a man in. I would presume, since we're dealing with arrows... it would have something to do with the Battle of Greenfields or whatever that Bullroar was a part of. Because Bullroar went up there with a bunch of Hobbit... No. Bullroar was something different. But no, a group of Hobbit archers was sent north to help the king at the Battle of Fornost, I believe. But they never returned to the Shire.
Good day.
Okay, the place where he lives far in the north is a dark, hard-fought place, nothing like the Shire, and he's not had much luck.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Okay, collect some prickly leaves. Where are they? Down this way. And after the show, we're going to go hang out with the BBB, the Bards, Beards, and Longbeards, aka the Naughty Group. Alright. We're doing side quests here. That's the whole point of the show. We'll still need to go up to Brockenborings and Scary. Is it Scary or Scary? I kind of want to think Scary, like rhymes with quarry, but you know, I don't know. I don't think Tolkien ever included a pronunciation guide for that word.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Alright, bring bandages. We're sort of... So yeah, this guy is not an Easterling. He's an Angmarim, apparently, because he's from the far Northlands. Wow. Get off of that. mace, bow, or a staff. You can't get this staff. Again, none of the stuff that you're going to find at low BE levels looks any good. And most of the bows in game look terrible. Not going to lie. 56, 173, and 144. So the mace is the most expensive. Alright. Let's... Done with that. So, whoops. We're going to go to Woodhall and talk to the elf about the collar, because it means we're about to go kill a warg. It's going to be fun and enjoyable. We've already done the pies and the mail running, so we don't need to do those two quests. Or 2 sets of quests. However, they are really good for XP at low levels, and also really good for quickly cleaning out the deeds, the quests of the Shire deeds for surezies.
May Govanen.
Alright, Secret of the Collar.
Might you spare a moment of your
The
time?
Warg of Budgeford. Oh no, it's all these elves who are going home to Valinor. So I do have to wonder, like, all the elves that are going to Valinor, were they originally summoned to Valinor? Did they come back? Is it like a Noldoran thing? Get off the lamppost. Come on, come on. Alright, no quests here in Woodhall. Let's go back to Budgeford. Let's go defeat the warg and then we'll go back to Budgeford. Actually, I need to go to Stock to talk to what's-his-face. Let's figure out the fate of the Black Rider, drinking in the pub. As you do. Ski! How are you, Ski? What are you up to? Ow, my ear is itching like crazy. I hate that. Ooh, you saw the ISS? Ooh, that's pretty cool. ISS is awesome. Matt Harfoot has a quest for me. Hi.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Talk to Farmer Maggot. I'm scared of Farmer Maggot. I'm not scared of Farmer Maggot, but don't tell him I said that. Alright, Fogo Falahide, you're a bad monkey.
Oh, gracious me.
You're in trouble. Oh, you met this fellow a few days ago when he was drinking, called himself the Chief. He said he was an old friend of Odo's, wanted to play a little joke on him. Oh, okay, the Chief did this. Okay, okay. I'm actually going to take my headset off because it's hurting my head. You're only like 150 pages into Fellowship? Oh my god. Well, if you keep reading, I don't know how recently you started reading Pessimism. However, Professor Corey Olson has taken almost a year to go, seems to be word by word, of the Council of Elrond that's coming up. Good times. Alright. I don't think he meant any harm. I never. That Chief fellow, I haven't seen him since, come to think of it. He got some spare money for beer out of it. He has a promise not to do it again. Oh, wolves almost got you. Okay, so you are the culprit, but you were put up to it by some mysterious big folk dude named the Chief. Just finished The Hobbit. Doing a marathon of the 4K extended edition made you realize how much you like Middle Earth, so you bought all the books. Well, the movies are the movies, the books are the books. I definitely prefer one to the other, but, you know, I've read one of the many years. Oh yeah, it is definitely weird. Because, I mean, to be fair, there's almost not a single book-to-movie adaptation that doesn't cut lots of stuff out or have to alter other stuff just to have it make sense to somebody who's sitting in a movie theater for 2 to 3 hours, right? I think the only book translated to movie that worked out well in that conversion, in terms of sheer volume, is like Lion, a Witch, and a Wardrobe, simply because the book is not very long. Something the length of The Hobbit, you're going to cut stuff out. And here we are. Watch this. Right click. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Of course, being max level, doing a level 9 quest. Come on. But yes, welcome to the Middle-earth fandom. I have been a fan of Tolkien since I was in single digits. And that was a very long time ago. I am not young. The AARP and I will become friends in a couple of years. Let's just put it that way. However, with Lotro, I've been playing this game since it opened to the open beta, which was in April of 2007. And why am I doing a Lobby quest as a max level character? Because I never did them before, and I kind of want to make this my completionist character. 39, 36, 48. It doesn't actually matter which one I take because they're all worthless. Okay, we want to talk to Linda Bolger down here. Let's go down and talk to Farmer Maggot. And then we'll circle around and go up to Brockenborings. Okay, I seem to recall this was the good one. Again, it doesn't really matter. Let's go down and around. He went all in, even got the Silmarillion Unofficial Tales, the box set of Children Huron, whatever it's called. I can't say I'm going to buy the History of Middle-earth as a reward because it's so pricey. Yeah, I personally own a copy of the Book of Lost Tales, and like the first 3 of those, I think. Book of Lost Tales 1 and 2, and then the third one, I forget. I do have the Children of Huron. I have the Fall of Gondolin, Beren and Luthien. I have read all 3 of those. And of course I've read the Silmarillion many, many times. But I haven't read all of the History of Middle-earth. I really should. I just haven't got around to it. Ranger asked to drop some knowledge. Ranger, what subject would you like me to drop knowledge on? Pick the subject and I'll drop some knowledge about it. And how you doing, Ranger? What's up in the world of Ranger? You can pick. I hate when people ask me to pick. Well, okay. Okay, I'll tell a fun fact about reading Tolkien. I was originally assigned The Hobbit in school to read before I'd ever read or heard of Lord of the Rings or any of that. This was in the days, I think The Hobbit, let's see, how old was I? I was very young. It was many years ago. It was after the creation of the it was after the Bakshi movies and after the Rankin and Bass movies. So this was late 70s, early 80s. Many, many years ago. I'm old. And I read The Hobbit because I had to for class. And I loved it. It was amazing. And the thing I loved the most about The Hobbit was the maps. Okay? And then I found out there was a sequel to The Hobbit called The Lord of the Rings. But it was 3 freaking books. And back then, you didn't read unless you wanted the other kids in school to pick on you. I didn't give a shit. I did anyway. Also, I had to buy my own books, so I wasn't just buying some random books. The library in school had the Silmarillion, had the Lord of the Rings, it had the, but they had 2 different editions. They had a hardcover edition of Lord of the Rings, which had these gorgeous fold-out maps in them. I'm like, oh my god, these are so cool. And then the paperback edition had these beautiful, realistic, not hyper-realistic, but just realistic-looking artwork by an artist I later learned out his name was Daryl K. Sweet. He also did cover art for a bunch of the Shannara books, including, the one that I take my name from, Druid's Fire, is a reference to the Shannara books. And when I was in college, I eventually went back to find the exact editions of Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion and the Hobbit that I had originally read or seen in the school library. The same exact editions. And they're very hard to find. Also, the main reason why I decided to pick up the Lord of the Rings is, I love the maps, and that was enticing. But the nail in the coffin that whether I was going to read Lord of the Rings or not was because the foreword was written by Peter S. Beagle, the gentleman who wrote The Last Unicorn. Another amazing Rankin and Bass movie. Other ties to Lord of the Rings is the voice actor who portrayed King Haggard, the villain in The Last Unicorn, was Sir Christopher Lee, aka Saruman. And so Beagle wrote a foreword to Lord of the Rings saying how wonderful this was, blah, blah, blah. And I really shouldn't disrespect Beagle's works by calling it blah, blah, because Beagle is amazing. And I had read The Last Unicorn. I was of an age where girls and unicorns were the thing. This is before it became cool again to like unicorns, because for the longest time, even if as you got older as a girl into a woman, you weren't allowed to like unicorns anymore. You had to set aside childish things. But I was of an age that unicorns were all the shiznit. And they still are. So, in my child's mind, Peter Beagle vouched for J.R. Tolkien. And the fun fact is, I got to tell this story to Peter Beagle once. And he was really kind of embarrassed about it. He's like, oh my god, you didn't... I can't vouch... He kind of... I don't think he was embarrassed about it. I think he was more like, it's like when somebody would go up to my friend Nathan, the guy who wore the kilt in the band I was talking about earlier, and say that you're my guitar god. And he's like, no, David Gilmour is the guitar god. I just play a little bit. Which is also not true. Nathan is an amazing musician. He's also not Gilmour. But it's that kind of thing. It's like, how could I vouch for the mass or what? But I was a kid. What the fuck did I know, right?
I want a word with you.
Okay, searching for Violet Underhill. We know where she is. Violet's in peril. She's back this way. So there's some knowledge. I hope that was worth the 1,500 channel points, Ranger. Did that satisfy you for spending those points? I hope it did. And if not, I will still tell more stories. Yeah, Daryl Sweet's artwork. The other fantasy artist that well, he's not just fantasy artist. The other realistic kind of artist that I love, Michael Whelan. His Dragon Riders of Pern covers. Oh my god, those are my favorites. Girls are always, well, where I grew up, it's like, you have to put away that foolish... Maybe that's just because my stepdad was a bastard. And I don't mean in the illegitimate, born out of wedlock sense either. I mean in the sense that will get you timed out in the official Lojo channel sort of way. Alright. Where are we? We are here... And again, we're just completing old quests because we can. Alright, let's kick her butt. Kick his butt. Come on, Violet, let's go.
Dear me, what do you want?
Escort quest. Now, this is going to be embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassment, it's going to be embarrassing if, Oh, she's wearing a nice outfit, actually. I want that outfit. There we go. If I screw this up. Hey! She's gonna kick your ass, brigand poacher. I'm just saying. Don't mess with hobbits. You're between her and her pie. Lotro dwarves. Oh my goodness. We do know, thanks to Maid of Lions, that there have been female dwarves in Lotro since at least Moria. Simply because you can hear when there's a female voice actor. Professor Corey has some amazing theories on who built various things at like Thorin's Hall and whatnot. He may or may not be accurate. And he doesn't care that Scenario once said that you shouldn't put too much stock into what building stuff we place in various places because we just have a bunch of assets we reuse. So that's a thing. Okay, talk to Matt Harfoot. Okay, we'll do that. I actually have dwarven characters on my account. I have a female dwarf called Silverhammers. Not a stout axe, a regular female dwarf. Which, of course, is I have to use headcanon because the game doesn't actually support it. Way that well, hello. In the same sort of way that this character was always a high elf in my head, even though she wasn't a high elf in reality until the race change tokens became available. And that's why I don't have any Lotro points anymore, because I spent them all on a race change token. Well, I have some back, only because I haven't been spending any since then. Alright, Matt Harfoot, we're turning your quest in. Awesome! Violet has been saved! Hurrah! Now, the only quests left in the Shire to do that I'm aware of, besides the ones in Buckland, are the ones in Budgeford and Scary. Scary? How are you? And of course, Lotro now has proper female regular dwarves visible in-game with feminine names, distinctly referred to as women, ever since Erebor was put into the game. Hey, I know that person. They like to sit on a horse during concerts. But they don't get in the way of the band or the audience. They just sit on their horse on the outskirts of the concert. And it's kind of weird, kind of cool. Okay, Needlehole, no quests. Hobbiton was clear. Overhill was clear. So we just gotta go check Budgeford and Scary. So let's go to Budgeford first. I think we saved the sheep. By the way, if you're new to the show tonight, this is a new plugin created by Cube, aka B4 or aka B1414 in Twitch chat, aka life partner of the newest member of the Lotro stream team, aka Little Redhead 42. Cube has created this beautiful deed tracker that you go in and you can select which deeds you've completed. Oh, Yarrow Root. Hey, crafting mats. And for example, if you go up to here and, you click on these and you can, they're drop down menu kind of dealios. And you can click these in whatever order, or if you click the one at the top, it fills in all the rest. It's a select all button. And apparently he told me that if you shift click, it's deselect all. Kind of neat. It doesn't automatically fill in, so you have to go and tell it which deeds you've done. But it will help you track down the ones you haven't figured out. Though I don't know the status of hidden deeds. I haven't asked. Well, I get off of the landscape here. Alright, let's pick up some quests here in Budgeford. It's only 9:30. Oh my god, it's an in-league quest.
Stay and have
No! Okay. One of the rules of this adventure is we are not doing festival-related quests. We're doing just the side quests.
Might I have a word with you?
Defeat spear-wielding goblins. Ooh, goblins. Let's go up to the Plow and Stars to see if there's a quest up there for us. Goodness, I have not eaten since 11's. That sounds like a personal problem. And of course, plow is spelled the British way. Plouf, 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 plouf. English is such a weird language. Just a weird language. Another fun fact about Lotro dwarves is not so much about dwarves as about their locations. You can summon Lobby characters to Erebor as long as your captain or whoever's doing the summoning is in the stage area, in the housing area. True story. For example, I took my captain, Phoenix, who's a level 130, back when she's a 120-something captain, and summoned Saffronetta, who's a level 8 at the time. Oh, hey, more Yarrow root. I need that for dyes. So I think that might be the only Lobby, high-level area that you can summon Lobies to, that I'm aware of. There might be others that I'm just not aware of. Killing birds on the green fields, as you do. And fun fact is, if you haven't completed your racial starting area epic quest yet, you can go to each racial starting area, like Archit and Little Delving and Thorin's Gate, and you can pick up all of the starting quests, or all the prologue epic stories, and do them all 4, as long as you haven't completed any one of the 4. And that's the original starting races, not the Stout Axes or the Bjornings or the High Elves. All right, we beat Burrs on the Greenfield. Let's go beat up on some goblins. And I think the sheep dude is up here. Okay, landscape, will you kindly fill in because this tree looks like it's floating. There we go. There we go. Okay. Mungo Burrows does not have a quest for me, and there's a whole bunch of sheep here. Alright. So, we don't have to save his sheep. My bags are full. Oh no. What am I gonna do? I'm a VIP, so oh hey, look, fireworks. Ooh. I'm gonna hang on to those actually. You never know when you can put a good use to fireworks. Alright. Browse the shop. I love being a VIP because you can do things like this. And there's actually nothing in this pile of stuff that I will want to keep, but I'm just going to double check anyway. Again, I can't use gift mathams. I can't trade them to anybody. Except I did say I was going to keep the Yarrow roots. Okay. Sell all. Sell them all. And then loot these. There we go. Yep, VIP for the win. Well, I'm a lifer, so I'm a permanent VIP of the game. And we did a little bit of math on this yesterday on the officials to figure out how much money has Standing Stone lost on me over the last 14 years. And it came out to something like $4,500. And that's without truly factoring in the cost of the expansions, all of which I have purchased except for Minas Morgul at the maximum tier. Minas Morgul and War of Three Peaks. I didn't actually pay for either one of those. Thank you, Cord. Full disclosure, I got freebs. This is why you make friends with the community manager and you are a content creator. Not saying he's going to give all streamers freebs, but it's also because I think he kind of feels guilty about how much money I spent on the kilt for him. It was $400. Just saying. And that was not even counting labor. Alright. Getting the lifetime sub was the best thing ever. best for us, not so good for standing stone, then turbine, because that's a lot of money that they handed out. And it's, if I had paid for example, I do still maintain my World of Warcraft subscription thanks to my Twitch payouts. I can readily say that I spend less extra money on WoW because I just pay the $15 a month and am done with it than I would spend on Lotro. You know, if all things being equal,
Hello there.
Blizzard's gotten a crap ton more of my money than Turbine has. You spend more being lifetime than if I was paying monthly? Yeah, I do too. When I have the money to do so, which of course has not been the case for the past 6 months or so. Okay, talk to Ponto Hornblower, who's over here. Can we, like, see Ponto through the trees? Nope. Okay. Hey, now we have hobbit feet. Alright, let's make sure there's nobody out this way. Don't think there was. There was something about a cart, but I think that quest came from Overhill. Yeah. Okay, so there weren't any quests in Needlehole, there weren't any Overhill. So Scary is the last place in the Shire that has any other quests aside from Buckland. Okay. Yeah, I'm still looking. It is what it is. And assuming I got the recent stimmy, that will extend my warranty, as it were. Hello. There's oh, this is the drunken quest. Good luck, Rinhai. I ain't doing this quest. This is a festival. It doesn't count. They put down more trees here. This used to have far fewer trees. I'm just saying. Scenario, you did it. Wait a minute. There's a quest back here. There's a quest back here. Priska Underhill. We get to do this quest.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Oh, defeating bats. Okay, we'll beat on the bats. But first of all, we need to talk to Wilcom Tunnelly because we have his lunch that his grandma gave us like 1,000,000 years ago. His lunch is spoiled. Okay, you've got your quest. Lily Proudfoot wants us to go kill spiders.
Might I have a word with you?
We will kill spiders. Spooters. Spiders in the quarry. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's go! Pew. 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 You have to make sounds. I learned this by watching Bob Ross, is that when you're doing things like this, you have to make your own sounds. I also learned it from Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson, who would make their own lightsaber sounds when they were shooting Phantom Menace. It's true, you have to make it. I was watching Bob Ross before the show started, because I needed a little something to watch that I could turn off at any time, before I fired up the stream, the strum. Okay, we got the biters, we need tree weavers. One back here. It's a cocoon on the roof. There's a queen. And a tree weaver. Pew. Pew. And of course you can go in the cave, which we will probably wind up doing just to get this done more quickly. Instead of waiting on respawns. is my leg hurting so much from such a small fall? Yep. I was watching the Bob Ross Twitch channel, indeed. Actually, a friend of mine who works for Twitch at one point was on duty, moderating the channel. It's one of the things, the Twitch mods, that they would have the Twitch staff people doing. Really? Really? Alright, we gotta go beat up on the bats outside of town. Lots of them south of Scary. Another thing I wish Lotro could do like DDO is climbing ladders. Actually climbing ladders. You can't do that in Lotro, but you sure as hell can do it in lots of places in DDO. I kinda like it. So twitch.tv/Bob Ross if you want the most chill and amazing, cool... though you can pretty much ignore Twitch chat in that particular case. Because, I mean, there's some memes that people like to throw around, and they do have regular moderators now to keep the peace. For a while, it was just kind of like people making the stupid Twitch memes, and it's like, oh, come on, people, really? But these days, it's a little bit more... It's always been a wholesome sort of channel. Let's talk to Lily first.
What do you need?
Okay, no additional quests from you. Snake! If you needed to pet a snake for the anniversary, there's one right there. I think my goal this time for... I didn't even touch the anniversary, the scavenger hunt part of the anniversary last year at all. I didn't touch it at all. I might actually go ahead and complete the deeds that I've done in the anniversary, in the scavenger hunt, are the ones I haven't done yet. I have done all of the travels and a couple of the tales. Where are you? Come here. There we go. I still need to finish those quests. 4 quests. And then I can do the other 60. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And we're going to go back and do a lot of these eats. Some of them I'm not going to do because this involves buying horses that I don't have. And I'm not going to go back and buy all of the horses. Oh, I've already completed the Deeds of the Lone Land, so that's nice. Where is it? Where is it, man? Well, it's not here. It's not there. It wouldn't be there. Where would it be? Where would it be? I know not, my liege. I would have figured it would be under race and social. I might go and do the launch all of the fireworks, because that's just buy the fireworks and shoot them off. And get the Master Blaster title. Hell yeah. Much drinking, much eating. Yeah. I might do that at some point. The Bull Roarers Challenge and the Stomp a Shrew. Yeah. Oh, here it is. 10 years of Middle Earth. So I have done all the Tales and all the Travels cards. I haven't done the Trifles cards. I've done 4 of the 10. So I have to do the year 2, year 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And then I will get the anniversary keg. And get some dies that I will never use. And of course, one of these days I am going to finish the race through the Haunted Burrow. Because I know the Haunted Burrow back to front. How do you start those? That's a very good question, Carrie. What you do is you go to the party tree. Actually, I'll show you since we're kind of we'll talk to Priska real quick, and then we'll head to the party tree, and I'll show you. But because it's the other big segment of the anniversary. There's like the anniversary stuff that we're used to doing in Brie, like chasing the envelopes and all that other in the flowers and whatnot. Come here, you. Come on.
Hello.
All right, no more quests. Okay, let's go to the party tree real quick. And there'll be an NPC there called one of the party planners. He'll have a name called Waldo Rumble. Kind of like the Widow Rumble, right? And his job is to, throw this party, and then some damn fool put things on the tree. He's got lines. He does have lines. We're going to ride across the river here. We're going to swim across the river. But when the anniversary is up, you will talk to... Well, okay, it depends, okay? If you're playing on a Lobby tune, say 75 or less, you'll actually want to talk to a slightly different NPC. And I will show you where they are. Because they have two versions of the anniversary scavenger hunt. They have the max level one. The high level one, I should say. Because it basically was originally created for the game's 10th anniversary. Or like 7th or 8th or whatever. So it was originally created for a level cap of like 105. Man, I am finding like all the Yarrow. What the hell? I'm down with this. But I felt this is more Yarrow than I normally find. Let's just put it that way. So we ride in here to the pun, and the themey jigger. So yeah, your two characters over level 10 will be able to do most of the things, except the trifles. So Waldo here, who's currently a laborer, he'll be on and on and on, fussing about these things, these scrolls hanging off the tree. And if you're a Lobby character, there'll be a lady hobbit over here, and I forget what her name is. I think it starts with an A. And you pick her version of these quests. And what they will do is they'll give you year one. And year one will have 3 quests. You go to a scroll, you click on the scroll, it'll give you 3 quests to do. And you have to complete one of the 3 quests to advance to year 2, and so on and so forth. There are 11 years of quests. And I think they released 9 of them at once, and then did 10, then 11. And during this time, it was this big mystery who hung the scrolls off the tree. You eventually find out, and it's what it was all about, and it's really, really cool. And I won't spoil it because you got to experience this. This is really awesome. But what these things will do is it'll take you through memories of the history of the game, the history of the lore. Like, you're going to go into the rift. You're going to beat a certain boss. You're going to go to a certain boss and dance with him. You're going to, kiss the cook. The cook in what? Filgashan or someplace. And so you'll travel to all these places. You will follow the path of the Fellowship from Parth Galen to the edge of the forest, and that one will piss you off because you will need to find certain things along the way, and if you miss one, it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, it's really fascinating. It's basically a long-ass tour through all of the old content of the game. So the main version goes up to like level 100, 105 sort of play. Like, you'll wind up going to Minas Tirith and killing like foes on the shores of the Anduin at some point. You will go riding through Rohan. You will go, visit various sites that you've been to a million times before. And then there's going to be the Eriador version, because what happened was when this first came out, this was like a level 100 thing. And everybody's like, what the hell, I'm level 50. I can't do half of this shit. So they made what's called an Eriador version, which is they took the level 100 stuff They took the level 100 version and cut out all the stuff that you can't do unless you're level 50. So for like one of the tours, like go to, you know, all these taverns in Rohan, well, you're not going to get that quest. There is a guide. Actually, Fibro Jetta has an amazing guide, and there's also really good guides for it on the Lotro Wiki. In fact, if you want to read ahead, spoilers, there's definitely something you can do there. It's a hell of a lot of fun. But I'd already done it. And the cool thing is, you can get some amazing rewards for doing these. And they're all completely cosmetic. 100% cosmetic. Let's actually... I'll show you one of the cool things. Actually, no. I can show you some of the cool things that you can get. Because I've got my wardrobe on me. Boop. Okay. Let's see. I don't have it here. Okay. One of the rewards you get at one particular year is Legolas's cloak, which looks like this. And then, of course, you can dye it whatever color you want to dye it. You know me, heirloom blue. And that looks amazing. And you can get a hooded and an unhooded version. You can get pets. You can, I believe there's actually a mount. Actually, there is a mount that you can get from that. You remember the steed, the reminiscing dragon? Like the red one you get with the anniversary? The scavenger hunt. I didn't want that. I wanted Shift C. Where is it? Not it. Let's see. Let's pick the one. Wait, that's pets. You can also get pets. I think the 10-year reward is an elk or something. No, I want horses. So have. Look at all these freaking steeds that I have. And it was the reminiscent. Okay, so this particular steed is the same steed that you can buy in the anniversary. That's normally red and gold, but it's like blue and silver. Actually, let's pop that bad boy on. Well, let's put this down on my bar so I can get off this horse real quick. It looks like this. Turn. And every season, turn. So it looks like that. And there's a matching cosmetic outfit. I don't recall if I still have that in my wardrobe or not. Probably. That's not what I wanted. Still gonna sell everything while I'm here since I had the window already open. Wardrobe. Where's my wardrobe? Okay, let's put these on. Whoop. Boop. 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 It's this outfit. It's basically the same one that you can buy in the anniversary. But this is one that you earn just by doing the scavenger hunt. And you know, obviously, I was going to get this one. I mean, come on. I never wear it, but I had to have it. But it's not exclusive. You can still earn it in-game easily enough. And there's also a hooded version. I am never a fan of hooded cloaks in this game. So I like the regular cloak. Because you can see the pretty awesome helmet. So the helmet goes with the horse. And of course there's War Steed cosmetics. When you get the horse, you get the War Steed cosmetics too. So it's pretty cool. One of the other things you can get, I have to go to my kin house to show you. I think there's like a couple of kites you can get. But there's also some pets you can get. Like Bill the Pony. You get Bill the Pony. I think that's one of the pets. I think. Yeah. and one of Farmer Maggot's dogs, I believe. Like, all these really cool pets that you can get. I think I have a standing stone on my thing. If not, I can go to Cordovan's place, because there's one there. Because I left it there. Yep, here it is. So this is the 10-year reward. Is this standing stone? Yeah, it's completely... And this one spins. You can also, if you listen, the sound of grinding rocks is caused by this. Like if I do Alt-R and filter sounds, heavy rock grinding. And interesting, here's a really ancient sound file. It's named MEO_elf_flute_gray. MEO, Middle Earth Online, was the original name of the game. So this is an old ass file. One of the cool things you can do, by the way, by using the filter, is you can filter out a whole bunch of sounds. But if you click on the note here, or I actually think you have to right click on it, you'll hear that sound effect. So don't click on like one of the long musical tracks, because it'll play the entire damn thing. But if you click, let's say you decided to go sample a whole bunch of frog sounds, and then you started clicking on the various frog sounds, you'd have yourself a frog chorus. True story. So this was the 10-year, and this was actually one of the first puzzles they put into the game, because in order to get the standing stone housing deco, we had to solve a puzzle to find out. We saw there was a standing stone without the floaty bits, and we had to decipher various pieces, and you'll get these pieces of parchment or scrap paper as you're doing the anniversary stuff. As you're doing the scavenger hunt, and they'll have numbers on them, and it will tell you where you can go to do certain things, and it'll direct you to a place. They ultimately resulted in coordinates, and those coordinates pointed to a place in Breeland. And it was really super cool. Okay, we're going back to the Shire. We've done all the quests in Scary. We've done all the quests. I think we've done all the quests in the Shire. Let's double check. In our first episode, we were working on quests in the Lone Lands. And oh, we have to go to the Forsaken Inn still, so we're gonna do that. We'll put that on my quest bar so I remember to do that. More of Three Peaks. Nope. No more Shire quests. I think we are done with the Shire other than Buckland, which is where we're gonna go next. So we're gonna start at Mickle Delving and work our way around. Because I could go to Bree and then ride back. But if I go to Bree, I'd be tempted to stop by at the music concert and hang out. And I will do that in a couple of hours. Animal House is playing right now. At least they should be. Well, hello. Hi. Come back here. Come back here. Hi. Warsteed. Get closer. Get friendly. Not that friendly. Sorry, my Warsteed is a bit of a friendly soul. Sorry about that. Look at all these cool places that you can go. Okay, where are we going? We're going to, let's shortcut our ride. Let's go to the party tree. Good night, Dusty Bird. It's good to have you here as always. I hope to see you on my next stream again tomorrow night. The TDs will be playing Dark Side of the TDs, and I will be one-third of the band's perform. Actually, technically, a quarter of the band's performing, because the Tiny Tees are going to be the opening band, And then TD will be playing half of Dark Side, as will... Hello. Oh, that's the dudes. The dudes. Where is the festivities, dude? Oh, at the... Okay. Okay, I know where the festivities person. I want to actually go see what the festivity cosmetic is. Let's go see if it's on... Would you stop it? I want to go to Fiber Jedi's site. Ah, nose itchy. I can't even blame it on the cat because he's not been here the entire stream. He's upstairs sleeping! Okay, Spring Festival Cosmetics Library. He does have the new ones up, but I don't see the one specific for the festivity. We're gonna do a side venture here. We are gonna go to Bree. We are gonna go to Bree. I wanna go to Bree. What's the quickest way to get to Bree from here? We're going to Mickle Delving, fam. Again, we didn't have any quests in... So yeah, we just have Buckland quests to do. Which I might have already done those. I don't remember. So what I want to do is I want to get to Bree without stopping by the Prancing Pony just yet. Because, again, I'll be tempted to stop by and say hi to everybody. But I do want to go to the festival grounds. So, you know what? Screw this. I've got maps. Bree anniversary. Well, that's one way to go. You know what? We'll use one of these because I've got 12 of them. So, screw it. Don't care. Yeah, festivities is the one you trade. I haven't even done the new festivity yet. The one with Grimbjorn. I kind of want to do it just to see what it's like. I did start it when I was doing a review the producer's letter thingy-majigger. Wait. We're going this way. And we're not loaded in yet. There we go. Still not really loaded in yet. There we go. All the nameplates. Alright, where... Okay, Spring Festivity Vendor Token. Spring Festivity Token Vendor. Verbena Greenhand is the lady we want to talk to. Come on, open up. Okay, so let's see what we have got here. So Spring Festivities... Well, hello there, nurse. There's a shit ton of stuff here. So... There are the Vines of Naruhel. So that would be a wrist item. Hand item. Oh, look at those. The crown. Her shawl. A shawl is cool. Vine dress. And a honeycomb cloak. Oh my god, look at that. This damn fancy. Damn fancy. I don't think the cloak actually goes with the rest of it. The cloak looks amazing. Especially if you... I need that as my Bjornings. I'm just saying my Bjornings need this. Ponton Finberry! How are you, my friend? Oh my god, but you can't dye the vines. You can dye the one... It says you can dye the ones on the hands, but they don't dye. I don't think the dress dyes either. Let's see. The dress does die, but it doesn't look very good when you do. Okay, there's a lily, great lily, flower banners, Gammer's best hall bench, best armchair, her tea table, best large footstool, best couch, couch for tall visitors. I love that. And of course, all the housing decorations are visible on diencodemilieu.fr.co.fr. Yeah, just search for Diencode de Milieu, you'll find them. So the trinkets in. So these are all really nice. But I want to go take a look at the honey goat in the collections now that I'm aware it exists. See. It's flying goat. Let's go search for goats. And learn how to spell goat, Druid. Sorry. I know how to spell. It's just a case where no need. Okay. I don't have that. I don't have all the goats in the game. I really do want this one, kind of. It's blue. I don't care about that one. I don't care about that one or that one. You get that for completing the Bloody Threshold. Nice. I do have the Harvest Brew Goat on an alt. So the Honey Goat. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. That looks pretty damn cool. And I really hate the fact that the dressing room window for pets and for mounts is so damn small. They should make it so it's like half of this window size. The Nimble Black Goat. Alien Association Goat. The Red Horn Goat. Like, there's the prized Nimble Red Horn Goat, and then there's the prized Red Horn Goat. And it's like the same freaking thing, just a different name. And the Thorns Hall Goat looks pretty nifty. I can actually buy that one now, because I'm kindred with Thorns Hall. The Treasure Laden Goat, I've got that on a couple of vaults, I think. Or the Treasure Laden Horse, anyway. And the Mountain Goat. Nice. Anyway. Yeah, but the vines look pretty cool. I mean, this is an interesting cosmetic outfit, and I'm approving of the artistry of the vines, that they actually managed to make something look like vines, and they look appropriate for my character. I'm going to call it what it is. So those are the festivity rewards, and then of course there's the festivity rewards, which apparently those are all of them. So, good times. Ah, the Pepsi fam. Terrible. Okay, back to reality. Back to life. Back to reality. Hey, look, there's a Kinney from Mythgard. Yay, Mythgard. So here on Landreval, I am in like 4 different kinships. I mean, I have my own Radio Free Gallifrey. I am an officer in Mythgard, which is the kinship nominally Professor Corey's, but not really. He doesn't run the kinship. He's just in it. So it's named after the Mythgard Academy or Mythgard Institute, which is one of his endeavors. I'm also an officer in the Lonely Mountain Band. I am so humbled to be. Yes, I see that quest ring. We're ignoring that quest ring. We'll get back to it. This also actually begs the question. Once I get done with all the quests in Buckland and the Old Forest and move over here to Breeland, since I've done all the Breeland quests, should I go do all the quests and deeds and whatnot in Wildwood as the catch-up completionist? Aw, Carrie, you're so nice. Why are you so nice? You and Dan again. See, more Yara. What's Skitango Foxtrot, people? I'll take it, though. Honestly, you could have knocked me over with a feather. the day I got the tell from Burka saying, we want you to join the kinship. I'm like, what? I didn't apply to the LMB. She asked me to join, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? You really want me to be a part of your... You guys are such... This is the Lonely Mount Band. You're important, and I'm just me, right? I was so humbled and honored, and I honestly, I was talking to Aiden about it, and I told him I was actually considering declining because I didn't think I was good enough for LMB. Because, I mean, LMB is like the shiznit. I mean, we may not be the top level raiders, but we have a reputation for excellence, and I never consider myself excellent. Like, be excellent to one another kind of excellent is fine, but thinking that, oh my god, I would fit in with these people? But I thought it over, and I finally said, okay. They asked me to join, and it was made clear to me, which was the other... I'll be honest with you. Part of the reason why I almost said no is because I knew that there would probably be a couple of people in the kinship who would want to flex, who would want me to flex my connections with Standing Stone on their behalf. And that has happened in a couple of cases, but it's always been good for good stuff. Okay, place jars along the road to the bonfire glade. Got it.
Stay and have
Talk to Tolly Brockhouse. All right. And I had always long thought that staying out of everybody else's kinships would be a good way to remain neutral. Like, I wouldn't be playing favorites beyond, my own personal interests. Though I was always a part of, like, the Department of Hull Security as one of the founders of that kinship back in the day. And I think sometime in probably July or August or something, they'll do their annual hobby run. I don't think I'll be there this year. And that's an unfortunate reality of stuff. Things happen. Things change.
Hello.
Alright. Talk to Turmeric Ragwort, and you don't have any quests for me, so I don't think I have any of your quests to do. If I'm a well-known player in the community and considered great, not surprising. Well, I don't know about the considered great thing, Pontin. See, I would expect them to ask you because you're a well-known player in the community and you're considered great. Except for that slight fact that you run your own kinship of amazing, excellent people over on Crick Hollow. But I'm fairly confident that if you had a spare alt sitting here on Landy that you wanted to throw into LMB and you put in an application, you'd get people saying, holy shit, yeah! And I actually did get to read the thread of my application from the LMB. Where is Turmeric? Isn't he down here someplace? And I was, again, humbled and slightly embarrassed that people were so... It's like, it's just me, seriously. I don't know why you're doing all these nice things. But it was very heartwarming to see that people wanted to have me around because that's not something I'm used to having.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Alright, trouble in the old forest. Oh, noes. Give me a new quest.
Take a moment of your
Talk
time?
to Adso. Yeah, we'll talk to Adso. But first we gotta go into the old forest. The Urkin was made by members of the LMB. See, there you go. Though I'm hoping that a long-time fan of this particular broadcast and the Thief Kitty gets off their butt and put in an app for the LMB. I'm trying not to pester them or pressure them too much, but I happen to know that LMB wants them in, and they keep dragging their feet, so they need to get off their ass and put in the app. But, you know, and that's somebody that, you know, hangs out with us all the time. In fact, we'll see them tomorrow at Andoon. And I ran it past Aiden and said, hey, Aiden, do you think this person would be somebody we'd want to have in the kinship? And I knew the answer was going to be yes, but the answer was more akin to hell yes. Okay, back to Hob Hayward. But I think there's definitely, at least in my particular case, definitely a sense of not being good enough, or not being, like, I know people know me because I do the streams, but if I didn't stream, I don't think anybody would really know or care who I was. And, of course, there was that time for like 2 years that I was co-hosting Cordovan's show until somebody pitched a fit about it. And I also yelled at Cord very unkindly at one point, and he kicked me off the show. So, true story. I didn't quit being on his show. He said, yeah, you're done. And it was right. It was fair. And now I have much more fun moderating the chat and making sure people are polite to him.
I can do for you?
Okay, talk to Marigold. Oh, Marigold Boffin! Our good friend Marigold. We, of course, know her from the Bingo Boffin quest line. And the ones from Wistmead. Yeah, you were declined to the LMB? Jesus. But, again, that was, as you said, many years ago. Alright, the boundaries need our help. Talk to Marigold, and let's go. Cannot be completed. And a fellowship.
The denizens of the old forest stir restlessly, unnerved by lately appearing strange creatures. Aware of the danger this poses to Buckland, Marigold Boffin has brought you to the forest to further investigate. Oh, don't worry.
Marigold,
I
of
know
course,
the old
is
forest
a
like the back of
guardian.
me hand.
A vengeful fell spirit. Was that a ghost? It looked like you look like a barrow down sort of chap. Isn't that how it goes?
Wait,
Golmuk
I
damp
see the tree
mold.
creatures over there. We ought to listen to their conversation. It might help us figure out what is going on.
Drawn to the sword.
Excellent.
What?
The Gaunt Lord will be satisfied. Once he gets what he wants,
I should listen to this. I've never heard
this
this before.
forest will be ours. Do not disappoint me.
What's so special about the kinship? Lonely Mountain Band are the ones who run
This is our
Weatherstock
chance.
and Winterstock and Ales and Tales.
You won't ruin this forest. Not while we're here.
Oh, you weren't so far off indeed. Hello, welcome.
Well, this day keeps getting stranger and stranger.
Because we're being drawn to the forest because of a sword, we need to find out. The bounders are already worried about the forest animals. We don't need to add Barrow Down's ghost to that list. Alright. Take you straight to somebody who's gonna help. Will that be Mr. Tom Bombadil, perhaps?
Let's leave before another ghost shows up.
It looks like it's his house. Master Tom. Hey. Quit dancing around.
A fellow tall, a cruel sword, the wicked dead a-calling. By my boots, both I've spied, close by Old Man Willow.
A scar, a blight on forest green. The trolls, they spread their mischief there. But stay a while, to other paths you may turn and yet be safe. Old Tom must be going to gather lilies for his goldberry. Aw.
Seek you to break the sword? Old Tom won't stop you.
Ooh. Is this a new quest? I don't remember this quest. Tom won't stop you, but you won't go alone. And the old willow man still is singing. His song today's darker now than once it was. Dangerous and mean. Hop along, my little friend. Let our hobbit show the way and steer you clear of dangerous fell. But if you can't stay strong, stay safe. I keep reading it like it's supposed to be some kind of rhyme.
Wood trolls? Well, that's a first for me.
Not many hobbits have faced trolls in the first place. Should have guessed Tom would be interested in going with us, but no matter. We can find Old Man Willow on our own. I know exactly where he is. If friends you want to call upon his head, I'll stay behind and watch your backs. Okay. Whoa. Oh! This is new. This is the instance. Fam, we stumbled into a Wildswood new content quest. Should we do it? Should we do it? Yeah, we should totally do it. Because it'll be fun. Otherwise, I'll forget about it. I won't, but you know. So, Control J. Woe of the Willow. Oh. You know what? Let's do it on level. Let's do it, fam. Let's do it on level. Oh, that's creepy.
In the heart of the old forest, a fell sword calls forth evil spirits from the Barrow Downs. Only by destroying the sword can you stop the wood troll's blight from spreading and end the forest's misery.
Oh, we're doing new content, fam. What's the summoning horn? Pick up the summoning horn? Okay. I'll take a sword. Take a horn. Must face target. What? Accidentally stumbled into brand new content while we're doing old content. It's amazing. To call Marigold. Okay. She's my ally. Now look at her stats. Little Hobbit's grown up. Is Wildwood there as well since it's... Yes, it is, Ponton. Cord didn't actually know for sure if it was supposed to be there or not. And I thought, well, it should be. So I went and looked for him. Alright. Let's do this. YOLO. And look at this landscape. Look at this landscape. This is amazing. Rude. Rude. Here, you go get the creeping root. Even though you got way more morale than I do. I have to actually pay attention. At least Marigold can tank this for me. She's got so much more morale than I have. And because I can't see her stat bar, I don't have to worry about her falling over and dying. Hi, kitty cat. I hear a thiefy meowing upstairs. Thiefy, wanna come say hi to the stream? The gloom of the forest lives momentarily. So I think this is going to answer the question of, should I go do the Wildwood content? And can I get out of this? Thank you. I mean, hi, come here. Hello, all y'all. Should I go complete everything that I missed in Breeland and then turn back and do the Wildwood before I go back to the Lone Lands? Or should I leave the Wildwood content for later and come back and pick it up? It sounds like I should do it now. Well, then I'm wearing the most appropriate title, aren't I, Ponton? Rude. Thank you. Lag. Okay, that was kind of cool. Not gonna lie, that was kind of cool. Come here, you. You're the guy. Hey. Let's get in here. I'm gonna kick this creeping root to the ground. Get to the curb. Alright, let's get back here. Yeah, that sweeping riposte is pretty sexy, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty much my favorite thing from the blue line tree. I'll put my examination tooltip back down here where it was before. There we go. So yesterday on the official, we went and took a look at the new gold chess pieces that crafting guild masters can make. And Standing Stone seemed to think that, well, players pointed out these stats seem a bit high. Standing Stone's like, yeah, that's fine. We're not gonna mess with it. We're gonna leave them. Hello. Let's get in here. It's nice having an actual tank with me. Ha! She does good with taunting. I see what you mean by getting lost in here because I don't know where I'm going. Okay, we started in here. And there's clearly something here. Hey, it's the bad guy. Hey, Marigold.
Pesky vermin. These woods are ours. You cannot stop the march of Ogmar. Thordor will see it done.
Okay. You got 7 million in morale?
Fall before us.
That might actually happen here. Because I don't have my my little guardian friend with me. She didn't follow me in. Oh. Ow. Those hurt.
Fall before us.
I think she was supposed to come with me.
Witness our might.
This is bad, fam. We died. We totally died. Okay, well, we're gonna leave that for later, aren't we? Because now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Let's try it again with her and see if she can tank. Hi, kitty. Hello, boy cat. So we were supposed to hang a right and beat that guy first. You coming? Are you coming? Hi. Hello. Come here. Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on. He's like, no, I want to sit over there. Either you're coming up or you're not. Come here. Come on. Come on, Fifi butt. Come on. Here's a chair. Come on, people want to see you. They don't want to see me. They want to see you. You're the cat. Come on. Meow. Fine. You know what I have? I got pens in my pocket. Want a pen? You want a pen? Come on. Come on. Come on. He likes pens. He does when I don't want him to. Let's put it that way. Come on, kitty. Come on. Get up here before the boss fight, or I'm gonna fight the boss without you. Again. Fine, I'll put the pens back in my pocket. So there. Come on. No, fine, you're walking away. Alright, let's do this. Okay, we got Marigold this time. Marigold will save us. Come on. Come on, tank him!
Fall before us! Witness our might!
Ow. Ow! Stop hitting me in the face. Rude. Oh, what is that? 39% damage? Hell yeah! I just need to hit you with Devastating Strike while that thing's active. Which it probably won't be.
Witness our might!
That was a waste. Ow! Stop it.
Fall before us!
Rude. Marigold, you're not tanking very well, kiddo. We're doing better this time, not by much.
Witness our might!
I'm gonna clobber you. Wow, those knockbacks. Jesus. I should have eaten first. Oh, mistakes were made.
Witness our might! Fall before us! Witness our might!
Man, that's
Fall
rude.
before us!
So no, stay in the middle.
Witness our might!
Is this the royal Wii or the psychotic Wii that you're using?
Fall before us!
Champion self-heals for the win!
Fall before us! Witness our might!
Wow. Alright, face away.
Fall before us! Witness our might! Fall before us!
Mwah.
That'll teach him not to underestimate us. We've got further to go before we reach the sword and Old Man Willow.
We get to fight Old Man Willow. Oh, jeez. All right, where are we going? Is it this way? Hi, kitty. Okay, there's the new summoning horn, which we shouldn't need. Yes? You're gonna go with psychotic? Fair. Okay, you get that one, I'll get this one, Marigold. Okay, we can go to the left or to the right, but it looks like the left is a little bit more promising. Hi, guys. Anybody know how many bosses this instance has? Because I wasn't expecting to do an instance. Only 2? Sweet. Thanks, Ponton. Instance pause. Cat break. Hi. Hello, visitor. How you doing? Get down. Now I got cat hair in my nose. Eventually it worked, yeah. Okay, so this was not the correct direction. Super creepy in here. Didn't we just come? Yes, we're lost. Okay. Did we miss a door someplace? Scenario! This is your fault. Yeah, because we went through that way. Okay, we did miss a door someplace. Okay, so we probably went the wrong way out of that place where the last boss was. So let's go back here. Because we started walking up the river and we hooked this left. So let's go this way. I see a path there. I see this other path to the left. And the thing is, if you pull the map, it will be useless as expected. Straight path up. Okay. So basically follow this one right here. Ignore the ones to the sides. Hi guys. Rude. All right. It's definitely creepy AF. Oh, hello. This looks like a sword. It's a Morgul blade.
I don't like the look of that sword one bit. And I don't think we ought to touch it either. But if we strike it with everything we've got, even iron has to break. Let's bring the forest back to normal.
It looks pretty impressive, I gotta say. By the way, the chickens are running through the hedge maze. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Ow. Stop it. Where are you? Oh, she's right there. I couldn't see her, she was in the way. I'm gonna take the ads. You fight the boss, I'll take the ads. I'll take the ones back here. You can't attack Old Man Will, you just have to attack the blade. There you two little boogers. As long as Marigold keeps beating on the Morgul blade, that's fine by me. There's the other two. Oh, they're not in yet. Here, you two fools. I was originally thinking when we ran into got referred to Marigold, I wasn't actually paying attention to the quest text at the time. But we didn't, we weren't introduced to Marigold until the Bingo Boffin quest stuff came up. So that's only a few years old. So that should have tweaked to me that we weren't dealing with original OG content.
Hey dole, merry dole.
Sure, show up when everything's done.
That
Old grey willow man, mind you your mischief. Go now back to sleep, and don't be awaking. Ha ha! Thorn or sword, Tom sees no difference.
You dude, you took my kill. You did a kill steal, Tom Bombadil, you jackass.
I learn something new about my friend Tom every day. Well, never mind. It's time we went home and gave the Bounders good news.
Yeah, I will as soon as I can click on the box. There we go. Alright, I got a crates of ore and some barrow treasures. Alright. Crate of raw gems. Oh, you get to pick one. Well, hail. That's interesting. Well, of course we're gonna go with Ithalarns, duh. And to get some Skarn, we'll go with the Ithel Skarn, duh. Okay. Well, let's go talk to Hob Hayward. Yep, we're going to be heading out here momentarily because it's almost time. Almost time. It's actually past our time to head out. Alright, we gotta go talk to Hob Hayward, which means we have to go all the way out of the Old Forest. Let's watch me get lost in the Old Forest. And the Old Forest is definitely creepier than it used to be after Scenario redid it. That is for sure. More Yarrow. Hell yeah. You also meet Marigold if you play as a Guardian. I have not done that on my Guardian yet, so I have something to look forward to. Thank you for telling me about that. I'll sneak out this way. And then next week we'll pick up here in Buckland because there's still more quests for us to be doing. And we will go from there. I think there are, let's see, Breland. Well, that's a Breland quest. Gartha Garwin, Hit Bolt. The Woe of the Willow. Interesting. Alright, Mr. Hob Hayward.
Just a moment.
I am now the Keeper of Trees. Nice. 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 And 2,000 Virtue XP is not shabby. I think we're gonna keep our easily lost title on. So I'm gonna park myself here in the Shire. And as soon as I cut the stream, I'm gonna go ahead to... Well, let's double check and make sure I'm not missing any quests up here. I think I did all the quests. Many years ago. Just want to double check to make sure nobody's got quest rings over their heads. Or the blue quest rings. Yeah, I did all of your guys' quests. I found all your friends. Don't... So, actually, we are officially done with the Shire. So we're done with Ered Luin, the Shire, and, well, Ered Luin and the Shire for sure. Let's ride through Newbury. Get up. There we go. Accidentally did a quest we weren't expected to be doing. Isn't that fun? So let's park ourselves at Adso's. And next week we'll continue with episode 4. We'll pick up all of the quests at Adso's and clear those out. And then we'll rove around Bree and do all the quests there. While we're riding, we will double check that this is locked so we don't accidentally sell them. Because you know that's never happened before. Yeah, I do like individual class stories because they're definitely more interesting. It's one of the things I liked about SWTOR is that each class had its own story, and for the most part they were not the same, but there are some places where they were interwoven. Like at one point the Jedi Knight will get to meet one of the Imperial agents companions. But it's a lot of fun. And also, I was looking forward to the new SWTOR update, but I need to read their patch notes or their blog about it, which it's been sitting on my computer for 2 days now, and I should probably read it. Anyway, if you want a bird for the anniversary petting thing, there's one right there. All right, so that'll be it for this show. I will be hopping over to my LMB alt here in just a few minutes. In the meantime, let's go see, is there somebody that I know that I can read. I don't know yet. That's the wrong thing. Actually, I do want to read that. Come on, new tab. Who is streaming on Twitch that I know? Most of the folks that I follow are folks who are not playing Lotro tonight. So let's go see who is playing, like everybody's here. So I would say if there's somebody else you want to watch who's playing Lotro, go to the Lotro category on Twitch. Like, just click the Lotro category under the stream and find one of the other streamers and see what they're like. There's somebody who's streaming in German off Bella Gear, for example. But otherwise, I will see you tomorrow night for Dark Side of the TDs. Again, I am not streaming Monday because I'll be watching somebody's DDO stream, because why the hell not? Speaking of DDO stream, you can go over there and watch our good friend Doug Glendower, who is one of the DDO stream team, and once in future, maybe sometimes Lotro streamer. I believe he's celebrating his 4th anniversary as a streamer, something today. So you might want to go over and say hi to him over on the official DDO channel. Anyway, be good. And if you can't be good at it, or BTD, whatever. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow for Dark Side of the TDs. No DMC required. Bye now.